Nakita na ang PTV Balita ngayon. Mariing itinanggi ni dating Wescom Vice Admiral Alberto Carlos ang sinasabing new model of agreement sa pagitan ng Pilipinas at China para mapahupa ang tensyon sa West Philippine Sea. Narito ang eksklusibong panayam ng PTV. Panoorin po natin ito.
I've been married for more than 30 years. And, high school, elementary sweetheart, in childhood sweetheart. I married my childhood sweetheart. And we've been together for more than 30 years, blessed with 4 kids. And the relationship is very strong. Walang iwanan, hindi ako iniiwanan. Very supportive wife in my work. Sa military, wala ka. So siya naiiwan doon. She quit work because of take care of the kids. Yung mga gagawa ng assignments, somebody has to do that. So yung mga bata, lahat dumaan sa kanya for assignments, yung pagkain. And we don't keep yung household help. So siya lahat yun. Siya lahat yun. So very supportive wife. As a father, barkada ang treatment. Barkada yung 4 kids. 4 kids ko, playing basketball with them, doing something else, the biking. So barkada lang kami. Yung pagdisiplina, na kay misis yun, nasa wife yun. Kaya kung umuwi ako, we have to do something together. As a soldier, ang aking priority is mission accomplishment and the morale of the men. That's the the basic part of it, the basic priorities of the commander. But I really value that. I will make sure that yung tao knows that this is my priority. Mission accomplishment and men always, which means I take care of the morale of the men. So in terms of mission accomplishment, in discharging my duties as a military commander, I'm not very strict. I just make sure that the people understands na ito yung priority ko. My priority is let's get the job done. I'll take care of you. Don't worry. And in all the units na napunta ako, ganun lang. Hindi sila takot sa akin because I'm the commander. Hindi naman ako stricto. Katulad sa bahay, barkada. Minsan, I also tell my people that, barkada lang tayo, but we have a job to do. And so far naman, in all the units, in all my 30 plus years that I've been in the service, it's all mission accomplishments. I keep my people happy. My job in the Western Command is to protect and defend our sovereignty and territorial integrity in that part of the country, which my Western Command covers Palawan, the Kalayaan Island Group, and the West Philippine Sea, just part of the West Philippine Sea because I share it with another unified command, the Northern Luzon Command. So our job in the Western Command focus more on external defense. We are the only unified command, Wescom, that focuses on addressing foreign incursions in our territory, while the others, Unified Command, focus on internal security operations. Wescom focus more on the external security operations. So aside from our mandate to protect and defend our territory, we also have a mandate to keep the peace in the area, maintain order so that international trade, travel, may carry on in that very critical waterway, yung West Philippine Sea. So we keep track of all the foreign vessels loitering in our exclusive economic zone, foreign vessels that should not be there. They have certain rights to be present, but if they loiter and they swarm our areas, those are the things that we address. We do the maritime patrols to be able to establish our naval presence there. So all this to establish our ownership and jurisdiction in that area. Foreign incursions, it's mostly Chinese vessels in our area. These are the militia vessels and the PLA Navy vessels the Coast Guard, the Chinese Coast Guard vessels. So on a given day, siguro hundreds of them are in my area. So I have to monitor kung ano yung mga ginagawa nila, their locations, and make sure that they're not doing something illegal in our area. And if they are doing something illegal, we have to take actions against those. So first, just for the presence, they're not supposed to be there. So we are reporting this to higher headquarters for appropriate action, which are mostly diplomatic protests through the DFA with our daily reports. But like I said kanina, our mandate is also to keep the peace and maintain order there. So we cannot take ano bang term doon, combat actions against them, their presence there. So it has to be through diplomatic channels. But if they are doing something illegal, they are violating our laws, maritime laws, working with the Philippine Coast Guard for maritime law enforcement, and the Bureau of Fisheries if it is fishing regulations that they're violating. So we are working with them, with the other government agencies to ensure that law and order is also maintained in that area. The Philippine government vessels patrolling the West Philippine Sea, they usually encounter foreign vessels, and their encounter at sea is governed by a protocol called the Qs. It refers to their protocols between all ships transiting the area, the West Philippine Sea or wherever they are. There's an existing protocol. They know, they're aware, familiar. All ship captains are familiar with that, so that we can avoid collisions at sea, any miscalculations on the intentions of the other vessels. And this covers all the vessels, not just government vessels, but all the vessels transiting the area. The RORE means rotation and resupply mission. We do the RORE for all our 9 island detachments in the area. So that means we need to resupply them, bring food and water and fuel, and also at the same time rotate the personnel. Hindi naman pwedeng isang taon siya doon. So they have to be rotated every 2 months is the normal tour of duty. So that's what we refer to as the RORE mission. Normal RORE mission to the island detachments, we have interaction with the foreign vessels present in the area, and it is usually normally governed by the Qs I was talking about earlier. It's an unplanned encounter at sea, but there's no, we ensure safe navigation, and there are no miscalculations in terms of these RORE missions to the island detachments using our vessels. For the RORE mission to a union, let's start with the fourth quarter of 2023. In fourth quarter, we used the ML Kalayaan, which is the ship that we borrowed from the municipality of Kalayaan. When we used that, there was a water cannon incident, and it sustained damages, which we have to repair before we return to the owner. So nagastusan tayo doon. So after that, we use our own supply vessel, our contracted supply vessel. And this is already December 2023. And the Chief of Staff and I myself joined that mission. And again, there was a water cannon incident. And in this fourth quarter, when we took a look at the records, dumadami yung Chinese militia vessels. They are increasing their deployment during these RORE missions to a union. In terms of the number of Chinese Coast Guard vessel and especially the militia. So dati pa 2-3 lang. In the fourth quarter, parang tumaas na sila more than 10 to 15 we have to contend with. And when you increase that number, you also increase the number of dangerous maneuvers that they do against us, the shadowing of course, and yung mga, ito nga, it resulted in the water cannon incident. Now, after that mission, there was a general guidance to reduce the tension in the area because it's already going up, getting serious in terms of the number of incidents, skirmishes that we have with the Chinese militia and the Chinese Coast Guard. So we planned for that Western Command, we planned for the next RORE, and sabi namin, how can we reduce the tension? So we initially came up with the operational concept of using only one boat than the usual two supply boats that we are using. That is our plan for the next RORE in January. Just let's try using one boat para less lang yung mahaharas nila, dangerous maneuvers. Plus, it's a humanitarian mission. We noticed that when they block our vessels, normally yung isa nakakapasok eh. So let's just use one boat para clearly we're sending a message that it's a humanitarian mission to do the RORE. We finalized the plan for our next RORE in the last week of December 2023. And during our MCA with the Americans, early January 2024, I received a phone call from the Chinese DAFA. And the details of that phone call I cannot discuss at the moment. This will be covered in a Senate public hearing. I survived. As a Wescom commander, I entertain a lot of foreign representatives in Puerto Princesa, Palawan. Either they just call on me or establish a lines of communication or just familiarize themselves with our area of operation. And also, in many occasions, I meet a lot of foreign representatives in diplomatic activities. I met some representatives also from the Chinese embassy. And one of them is the Chinese military attaché, Colonel Lee. That's the person that I talked to in early December 2024. I've seen him around. I've had a very open discussion with him in plain view several times. So we exchanged numbers. So when I received that call, I knew it was him. So I received the call from him. Well, no, I did not give my consent to be recorded. It was just an informal, casual conversation. Sino ba nagre-record ng casual conversation, phone conversation, di ba? So I did not give my permission. I did not give my consent to be recorded. They're all non-existent. A new model, definitely we did not talk about that. Internal understanding, also we did not talk about that. And there's really no long-term agreement. Hindi naman ako authorized to negotiate a long-term agreement. So definitely non-existent as far as I'm concerned. No, I did not engage in any discussion on involving secret details. No secret deals and whatsoever. No, there's no agreement. Well, the tension is not reducing simply because the Chinese vessels are still in our EEC. They're not supposed to be there. They're increasing their numbers. Aside from that, mas nagiging aggressive pa sila. Close quarters, dangerous maneuvers against our vessels. So hindi sila umaalis doon. Nandun pa rin sila. So the tension is because of their illegal presence there. The leave is my first leave from the Western Command after 2 years of duty there. We call it the wellness break. So I took my wellness break first week of May this year. It's just nagkasabay lang siguro na lumabas yung issues when I was on leave, when I was on wellness break. orders were issued, I don't question orders, I follow orders. General concern sa Wescom is the magkakaroon ng trouble. So I'm worried about that kasi the tension has not been de-escalated. From our last flawless RORE in February, there was a water cannon incident resulting in injury to personnel and damage to our ships. And then the second RORE, more personnel were injured. Mas grabe yung nasira sa barko. And then there's another incident in Scarborough Shoal, close quarter water cannoning. So dikit-dikit na sila. So we see it na tumataas. So I'm really worried about my personnel in Wescom, especially those involved in the RORE. Sa mga kasamahan ko sa Western Command, alam kong napakarami pang hamon na ating haharapin. Marami pa tayong gagawin dyan sa West Philippine Sea. Pero tuloy-tuloy lang ang trabaho. Alam kong kayang-kaya natin yan. Sa mga kasamahan natin mga isda na ating nakasama sa West Philippine Sea, alam namin ang inyong pinagdadaanan. Nangangako naman ang Western Command na parati kaming nandyan. Kitang-kita naman during the last 2 years kung kayo ay may pangangailangan sa gitna ng dagat, laging naroroon ang ating mga Philippine Coast Guard, Philippine Navy, BFAR upang makapag-render ng assistance sa inyo. We also encourage the fishermen to go out. It will increase our numbers. It will increase the numbers of water vessels that are flying the Philippine flag para dumami tayo ron. Dumadami naman siya, but we still continue sa ating general public. Ang gusto ko lang pong ihilingin sa inyo ay ang patuloy na panalangin sa ating mga kasunulahan. Napakalaki nga po ng hamon na kanilang kinakaharap at napakalaki pong tulong ang inyong suporta at panalangin para sa ating mga defenders and patriots of the Western Command. I have not compromised the country's territorial integrity. I have not given up our sovereign rights and entitlement. I am a soldier for the Filipino. I remain a loyal servant of the Republic.
Samantala, tiniyak ng Department of Budget and Management sa mga investor na aaksyonan ng pamahalaan ang underspending sa taong ito. Paliwanag ni Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman, wala namang magiging problema sa underspending sa second quarter dahil nailabas na nila noong Enero ang pondo sa mga ahensya. Layo nito na mapatupad ang napapanahon ng mga programa at proyekto. Iniulat din ni Pangandaman na sa pagtatapos ng Abril, mahigit 80% ng 2024 national budget ang kanilang inilabas. At yan ang mga balita sa oras na ito. Para sa iba pang update, i-follow at i-like kami sa aming social media sites at PTV PH. Ako po si Naomi Tiburcio para sa Pambansang TV sa Bagong Pilipinas.